guys, welcome back to my channel The Legal Attention. In today's video we are going to discuss on various landmark judgments and I'll be starting a playlist on this, so let's get into the video. With the important judgments. So the very first judgment is Keher Singh and others versus State Delhi Administration. The facts of this case are there were three people, Keher Singh, Satwant Singh, Binan Singh, and they were all plotted and assassinated against our Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in her own residence. They were posted as a guard to protect her, but they all three conspired against her and shot her 30 times. After the shooting, they killed to escape, but one of them, Binan Singh, was killed in the crossfire between all the three and the police commandos. Also, the Satwant Singh was injured and arrested, including Keher Singh, and charged to the court. Then what was held? The court held that Keher Singh and Satwant Singh were guilty of murder and they both were sentenced to death. And on further appeal to the Supreme Court also upheld the decision of the lower court. Then Supreme Court also added that there is no need of justification की किसी भी चीज़ की ज़रूरत नहीं है, because जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर बाय पर्सन, जो जिसको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए आपको भेजा गया था, आपने उसको मार दिया. वो भी कैसे? इट्स नॉट जस्ट 1 or 2 bullets but 30 shots. So it sounded like a vengeful mission. So both Keher Singh and Satwant Singh hanged to death in Tihar jail. So the next case is Mohammad Ahmed Khan versus Shah Bano Begum. The facts of this case are, first of all, this is the landmark case on gender equality and divorce, especially it refers to Indian Muslims. It is also known as Shah Bano case. And Shah Bano was a woman married to her husband named Mohammad Ahmed Khan. Mohammad Ahmed Khan was a renowned lawyer for 43 years and the husband disowned her and her children in 1975. So she filed an appeal under section 125 of the CRPC for maintenance. According to Mohammad Ahmed Khan, he said triple talaq for Muslim to divorce his wife. So the issues in this case were, main issue was whether the Code of Criminal Procedure, that is CRPC, particularly section 125, affects Muslims or not. 125 talks about order for maintenance of wife, children and parents. So the court held that the law is not limited by the religion or the triple talaq. But as the section 125 is applicable to everyone, and also the magistrate court held that she should maintain for rupees 25 monthly to Ahmed Khan, but on the appeal to the Supreme Court raised the amount and brought that amount to 179 monthly. So the next case is MC Mehta versus Union of India, and this is popularly known as Bhopal gas tragedy case. MC Mehta has filed so many cases, so we are doing it. One of them is Bhopal gas tragedy case. So in this, first of all, MC Mehta filed a petition against the Shriram Food and Fertilizers Industries, which was a main subsidiary of Delhi Cloth Mills Limited. Just asking them for stopping from using the dangerous gas. So the petition was pending and there was an oleum gas explosion which resulted into the death of many people, and also it injured several people. So now to look into this matter, the Delhi Legal Aid and Advice Board filed for the compensation of the victims. The parties relied on the principle of absolute liability. Now what is absolute liability? That जो भी दूसरी पार्टी होगी जिसके वहाँ पे, लाइक इन दिस केस श्रीराम फूड एंड फर्टिलाइजर इंडस्ट्री, सो दे कैन नॉट क्लेम एनी एग्जेम्पशन, स्पेशली अगर जो कंपनीज हजार्डियस इंडस्ट्रीज होती है, एंड it will be mandatory for them to give compensation, whether they have whether the disaster has been occurred due to the negligence or not on their part. Then next, Article 21, which talks about the right to life and personal liberty, and Article 32 of the Constitution, which talks about the rights of the individuals to move to the Supreme Court for the justice whenever they feel like their right has been unduly deprived. So the judgment in this case was the Delhi district magistrate held that the Sriram should stop using and producing dangerous gas in its factory, and the court also held that the rule of absolute liability it was derived from the case of Reland rule in Reland and Fletcher's case, which applies to the company, and so they are liable for the acts and the omission of their servants. So now they had to give the compensation to all the people. So the next case is Indra Sani versus Union of India. So the facts of the cases are there was a prime minister named Sri M. Desai, who was the head of the Janta government by the presidential order, as he was appointed as the second backward classes, also known as Kalikar Commission under 340 of the Constitution. Now 340 of the Constitution talks about the appointment of commission to investigate the conditions of the backward classes. So after the appointment, setup and the submission, there were 2,399 castes were listed as educationally and socially backward in the report. Then the central government failed to accept it and rather sleeved the report. So in this case, there were mainly two issues. Is the right of the reservation of post in services for the state under Article 16 clause 1 an exhaustive right, and is Article 16 clause 4 an exception? So what is Article 16? It talks about the equality of opportunities in matters of public. And the second case was, what is the defining content of Article 16 clause 4 as it pertains to the backward classes? So after a lot of discussion, in the judgment was that the court held that the backward class defines the caste system and not an economic system. Thus 16 clause 4 cannot be an exception to 16 clause 1, because Article 16 clause 4 does not apply to any educationally and socially backward classes as provided under 15 clause 4 of the Constitution. So the next case is Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association versus Union of India. Prior to this case, there was a government who had a sole authority to appoint judges to the highest courts, and this is known as the landmark judgments on the judges appointment, and it is also popularly known as judges transfer case. This case came into the change that as CJ challenged the jurisdiction of the executives in the appointments of the judges. So there was a challenge on the jurisdiction that the executives can appoint the judges or not. So main issues in this case was whether the Chief Justice has the sole and primary right in the appointment of judges, or secondly, whether the power of the Chief Justice with respect to that is participatory, कि जो भी चीफ जस्टिस है वो इन सब मैटर्स में घुस सकता है कि नहीं घुस सकता. So the judgment in this case was that the court held that Chief Justice is mandated under the Constitution for the appointment of the judges, and also the Article 124 is different from Article 74. What is 124? 124 talks about the establishment and the constitution of Supreme Courts, and Article 74 talks about the Council of Ministers to aid and advise President. So in this case, and this invariably means that the Chief Justice जो है can provide an advice to the President. Chief Justice provide कर सकता है President को advice, but जो advice होगी must be constitutional and which must confine within the law. मतलब law के में तो कुछ भी advice बाहर law के out नहीं दे सकते. सो और अगर ऐसा कुछ भी हुआ तो इफ़ इट इज़ नॉट अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉ देन इट विल बी null and void. Next case is S.R. Bhumai versus Union of India. This was a landmark case that extensively discussed on the Article 356 of the Constitution and including various other related matters. What is Article 356? It talks about the provision in case of failure of the constitutional machinery in state. So the said section of the law was an issue for the determination of, because the president relied on it excessively to direct the affairs of the state government. In this, the president directly interfered in the affairs of the state government. So a proclamation was made and a writ petition was filed challenging that said proclamation. Now, what is proclamation? It is an official announcement regarding an important matter. The public announcement. So the judgment in this case was that the court unanimously decide that the action of the president was, as it pertains to the proclamation, justifiable under Article 356 of the Constitution. So in this, Supreme Court said that it is justifiable, and the Supreme Court also added that Article 74 bars judicial review, and it does not bear any scrutiny of advice given by the minister to the president. That it does not includes कि अगर कोई मिनिस्टर अगर प्रेसिडेंट को कोई एडवाइस कर रहा है तो उसमें 74 के अकॉर्डिंगली वो अफेक्ट नहीं करेगा. So that's all for today's video, guys. I'll be starting a playlist as I told you before. So keep watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and you can follow me on Instagram too. The link is in the description box. See ya.